say a few words on my own behalf. I felt it very important as a Minister for Children and Youth Affairs to become involved in the campaign. I know the speakers have mentioned this, but absolutely one could see the hurt and the pain that this situation was causing them. And then during the course of the campaign, some of the hurtful things that was being said by people I don't think who realised the pain they were causing. And I thought it was important that we remind them of the power of their words in terms of causing pain to young people. And I think, people began to reflect. But what really, for me, was such a wonderful thing was, as a Minister for Youth Affairs and Children, to see all the young people coming back to this country from all parts of the world. Yeah. Many who could not afford it. But they're committed to their country and they're committed to equality. And that's what brought them back. And more so, more reassuring for me as a politician, but as an Irish citizen and somebody who believes in our republic, that they're interested in their country and the future of their country, and they want it to be reflective of that proclamation that was made all those years ago, and we celebrate the 100th anniversary of next year. It is that we treat all our citizens equally. It is that we cherish all our children equally. And we have to do that in both word and in deed. So that constitution, that referendum, the role that young people played in it, not just by their own votes, but young people who didn't have a vote, having that discussion with their parents, making sure Granny got to the ballot box. Don't underestimate that. This was a huge movement. And it was wonderful to see, and reassuring and reaffirming, not just for those young people, but for all of us. And myself, and many people my age, and many people a lot older. I remember at the time asking my aunt, who's in her late 80s, living in the west of Ireland, nearly the westernmost point up in Belmullet, asking her what she thought. And she said, it's a contact between two people. Why would you interfere? And I mean, that sort of openness, inclusiveness, and awareness across generations has always been in this country. It just lacked leadership. And it got that leadership, and BeLonGTo was such a huge part of it. And then that coalition of young people who were involved with children, the Bernardos, Children's Rights Alliance, too many to mention. But great to see it's there. And let's hope, and a challenge for us, I think, into the future, as we continue to be a bit more enlightened about life, as in recently removing the defence of reasonable chastisement. As this morning we were at a Man Up campaign in relation to domestic violence. We need to open our society up. We need to have that conversation on a daily basis, and we need to challenge people who have a view born perhaps of lack of understanding, lack of knowledge. And for that, everybody in this room has played a huge part. And I hope, that we all realise the battle is not over. The cultural change must follow the legal change now. And that's the only way that will happen, is by continually talking about it, by continually highlighting it. And then just to finish, to say what a wonderful message this sends about Ireland in the 21st century to the rest of the world. That we are open, that we are inclusive, that we do have understanding. And yes, we've got dark histories behind us in the way we treated children and the way we treated people who are of a different sexual orientation to the mainstream. But we've met those challenges and we're moving on. And let's continue to accelerate. Let's not stop here. Let's continue to progress. So again, to everybody involved, thank you very, very much. Thank you for what you've done for Ireland, and to thank Anna for recording one of the greatest moments in our short history of the Republic.